Factor each polynomial on the right, drag the correct answer to each problem. So here's some more factoring practice. For this first one, we have x squared plus 10x plus 24. We want to look at the factors of 24 that add to make 10. I know what that is. It's 6 times 4, because 6 times 4 makes 24 and 6 plus 4 makes 10. That means the factors are going to be x plus 6 and then times x plus 4, like that. So there's the match there. Next one is x squared plus 11x plus 24. Still have a 24 here, but there's an 11. So that means we can't use 6 and 4. It has to be factored a different way. Well, what other combinations multiply to make 24? Well, there's 1 and 24. There's 2 times 12. 3 times 8. Well, hold on. 3 plus 8 is 11. So that's correct. So it's going to have to factor to be x plus 3, and then times x plus 8. So that matches here. We have a negative 24 and then negative 5 for a middle term. So we have to look at the combinations that could add to make negative 5. I'm going to look here and just imagine one of them being negative, because a negative times positive makes negative. You know, because you have a negative 24 here, that's why you have to look at negative numbers. And there's another little helpful hint to make it easier. Notice how the middle term is negative. That means the greater number is negative. So the greater number of the factors has to be negative to make the middle term negative. And the reason why? Well, if you're adding a negative and a positive, well, the greater number is going to have the sign. In other words, if you have a negative 2 and then plus 7, your answer is going to be 5. But if you have a negative 7 plus 2, your answer is going to be negative 5. So the greater number determines the sign when you're adding. So the greater number for this guy has to be negative. So it's either going to have to be negative 6 and 4, which adds to make negative 2, so that's not it. 1 and negative 24, that's negative 23. 2 and negative 12, that's negative 10. 3 and negative 8, that adds to make negative 5. Oh, so here's your factors. It's going to be 3 and then negative 8. So your factors are going to be x plus 3, x minus 8. So that matches with this one. Notice that the factors are in the opposite order. That's okay. The commutative property of multiplication says this is the same answer. Okay, let's look at this fourth one. We have a positive 2x and a negative 24. The negative in front of the 24 means that you're going to have a negative times a positive for your factors. And the positive 2x means the greater number is positive this time. So let's look at these possibilities. Positive 6 plus negative 4 makes positive 2. Oh, well, that'll work. So it's going to be x plus 6 and then times x minus 4, like that. So this one matches here. So there are some examples of factoring polynomials, and you want to pay attention to not only the numbers, the 5 and the 24, but also pay attention to whether the numbers are positive or negative, because that'll change your answer.